New York City Democrats just got hauled off in handcuffs. And yes, you guys heard that correctly. At least a dozen elected officials, including the city comptroller and public advocate, were arrested by federal agents inside Manhattan's immigration courts. And their crime? I'll give you all a second to figure it out. Obstructing ICE operations in broad daylight. And their supporters are calling it activism. And federal authorities and the rest of America call it obstruction of justice. But here's a real question. When elected leaders openly defy federal law, what does that mean for the rest of us? Like, if we do something federally wrong, we're all going to jail. I guess they could just do whatever they want to do it. So I want to paint this picture for you folks. Picture this. Officials sitting on the ground, chanting, refusing to move before being dragged away in cuffs. And justice got turned upside down. So do you guys think local leaders should be able to block federal immigration enforcement? That's a stupid question, but let me know your thoughts if you're for it or against it in the comments. So my name is Tom. I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm also publisher of the Illinois Review and a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. And folks, we are a growing channel, and every like, comment, and sub helps us grow. Even a thumbs up. We're going to get right to it, guys. So here's a clip of New York officials being arrested by federal agents outside the immigration courts. Check this out.
Because I should be out of New York. Violation of the law. I am here to ensure that we protect all our fellow constituents. We shall not. It is not illegal to be undocumented. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved.
And I want to note that they're all saying we shall not be moved as they're getting stuck into handcuffs.
We shall not be moved. Can I get up? We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved.
I'm going to skip around a little bit.
We shall not be moved. Y nos echan, nos regresamos. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Y si nos echan, we are the people. If you want justice for our neighbors.
On that side, please. On that side.
A little bit louder.
3.
Rewards.
Hold on. We are the people.
Those people need to get on.
Why do they always look like that? You see the crazy hair, the scary eyes, and they're just like, so angry about everything all the time. It's so sad. So the scene unfolded at 26 Federal Plaza in Lower Manhattan, and dozens of protesters were gathered waving signs reading "ICE out of New York" and chanting as they blocked the entrance to the building. Among them were elected leaders, including Comptroller Brad Lander and public advocate Jumaane Williams. And federal authorities say this was not a peaceful protest. It was obstruction of lawful immigration proceedings. And when those officials refused to move, DHS officers stepped in and took them away in cuffs, as they should have done. I voted for this stuff. Here's the part they never expected, guys. The Justice Department already filed a lawsuit against New York's Protect Our Courts Act, arguing that it violates the Supremacy Clause, which it does. These arrests could now serve as evidence that local laws are actively undermining federal enforcement, which they're doing. Look what they're doing in Chicago and everywhere. So my first question for you guys, should local officials face jail time for interfering with federal law, or should they get a pass because of politics and Democrats and it's unfair except when they do it to us? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And the critics of the Trump administration call this heavy-handed, but federal officials say obstruction of justice is a crime, no matter who commits it. They could not be more correct. And earlier this year, ICE carried out a major operation in New York, arresting over 200 individuals, many with criminal records. And that's the backdrop, folks. City leaders argue that they're standing up for immigrant rights, but federal agents argue they're blocking justice. And this is where it all changes. Because if elected leaders can openly defy the republic's laws and face no consequence, what message does that send to every ordinary American citizens? So here's another question for you guys. Do you believe that sanctuary city policy should be abolished nationwide? Drop your answers yes or no in the comments and join the discussion. Let's get this thing going. So if you guys got value from this news update, please tap subscribe. My opinion is next. It's going to be a good one. So these arrests matter because they reveal the heart of the sanctuary fight. For years, local officials in places like New York have acted as though they can nullify federal law. But under President Trump's administration, that's no longer tolerated. This isn't just about New York, it's about whether our republic's laws apply to everyone equally, or whether politicians get to pick and choose what they obey. And it seems like they've been doing that since day one on both sides. I don't care, like I'm a conservative, but both sides do this crap all the time. It's more so the Democrats nowadays than ever before. And everyday Americans don't get to obstruct federal agents without consequences, and neither should elected leaders. And the Republic stands when the law is enforced fairly, and Thursday's arrests sent that message loud and clear, that sanctuary policies are collapsing under the weight of their own lawlessness. So stay aware, stay engaged, and remember, in our Republic, nobody is above the law. Not even the president, nobody is above the law.